and I'm certain all of us in this room here today are beneficiaries of this. I could go on with examples, ladies and gentlemen, and Honorable Governor, but I'm sure you get the drift of what I'm trying to say. The point being, from the poetic shores of Marina Beach in Namma, Chennai, to the literary banks of the Ganges in Kolkata, our combined cultures and people have navigated this stream of nation building with utmost unity. Today, as we celebrate the spirit of Amader Bangla and the foundation day of our state amidst the hospitality of Tamil Nadu, we recognize these common threads through the diversity of every narrative that we say. And I'm happy to state that the Bengal Association Chennai is doing its bit to progress on this narrative. Founded in 1929 as an almost 100-year-old institution, the Bengal Association has served as a choto slice of Bengal right here in Chennai, holding on to our culture, but most importantly, teaching the next generation the importance of our virtues. As a very cosmopolitan resident today, the Bengal Association is often the first port of call for people of Bangla when they arrive in Chennai for reasons across the spectrum of business, healthcare, and education. And of course, last but not the least, the Bengal Association is the proudest to celebrate our very own Durga Puja, welcoming Ma Durga to our shared homes once a year, every year, year after year. And this year as well, we look forward to hosting you, Honorable Governor. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Raj Bhavan, Tamil Nadu, and Honorable Governor Shri Ravi for fostering the celebration, which not only honors the essence of Bengal, but also strengthens the bonds of friendship between our communities. It is through such gatherings that we continue to learn, appreciate, and enrich each other's lives. And like we all say, thank you, Jai Hind, and Joy Bangla. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of West Bengal Association will now felicitate the Honorable Governor. Tiruchandil Mukherjee, President of the Bengal Association, a pioneer publisher and distributor of medical books and journal in the country, will now felicitate the Governor with their traditional uttori. I hope I said that right. There's a shawl. The Ponnadai. So there's no much difference between our culture. Thank you, sir. Mr. Tarun Kumar Das and Devabrata Biswas, the Vice President of the Bengal Association, will now felicitate the Honorable Governor with the Bengali handicrafts. Tarun Kumar Das is a businessman and he deals with the leather industry. Mr. Devabrata Chowdhury is a corporate professional. I'm sorry, like sir is not here. The next is a very sweet presentation by Dr. Shubhra Biswas and Mr. Shubhashish Ghosh. The traditional Bengali sweets will be presented to the Honorable Governor. Dr. Shubhra Biswas is an acclaimed general physician and social worker. Mr. Shubhashish Ghosh is a corporate professional working in a shipping company as general manager. Will present the most sweet delicacy, the most favorite of everyone, the rasgulla and the traditional Bengali sweets to the Honorable Governor. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We now humbly request the Honorable Governor to felicitate the eminent personalities from West Bengal. Mr. Pranab Basu will now be felicitated. Mr. Basu is an applied statistician by profession and worked as an academician in the Indian Statistical Institute. Mr. Basu has published many technical papers, and the most interesting fact is that he was guided and assisted by the Tamil drama organization Kutupare and Pariksha. He was instrumental to publishing and translation in Tamil a book on Nimai Ghosh. Thank you, sir. The Honorable Governor will now felicitate Mr. Ajay Kumar Chakrabarti. He is a corporate professional. He had the privilege of presenting paper on daylight harvesting at the Global Sustainability Summit, and he will be felicitated by the Honorable Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Governor will now felicitate Tirubayadik Sarkar, who just now delivered the wonderful speech. The connect between Tamil Nadu and West Bengal was beautifully presented by him. Will now be felicitated by the Honorable Governor. The Honorable Governor will now felicitate Dr. Jyotirmay Biswas, he's a renowned ophthalmologist, director, Shankar Netralaya. He will be rendering a poem on Rabindranath Tagore today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a wonderful dance drama performance by the South Zone Cultural Center on Viksit Bharat. Professor Dr. Pushpita Mukherjee and her team will be felicitated by the Honorable Governor. Dr. Pushpita Mukherjee, whose performance we are going to see very shortly, will be felicitated by the Honorable Governor. It is a performance on women empowerment by Rabindranath Tagore and on Viksit Bharat, which we will be witnessing very shortly. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now witness the audio-visual greetings by the Honorable Governor of West Bengal.
सारे भारतवर्ष में बंगाल स्थापना दिवस जोरों शोरों से मनाया जा रहा है। बंगाल भारत की मुकुट में एक रत्न है। गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले ने बंगाल का यह सब सारे विश्व के सामने अभिमान से कहा था, आज जो बंगाल सोचता है वो भारत कल सोचता है। ऐसा सोचने और बोलने का कारण ये है कि बंगाल ऐसी के जगह कवि गुरु रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने कहा था, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, चित्त जगमाय शून्य उच्चदर्शी। बंगाल की इस भूमि का कभी महान व्यक्ति जैसे स्वामी विवेकानंद, सुभाष चंद्र बोस ने और समाज से आगे बढ़ाया। बंगाल के लोगों ने अपनी आंतरिक शक्तियों को पहचाना। कबीरदास जी ने कहा है, तेरा साई तुझ में जो भगवान में बास, तेरा साई तुझ में जो भगवान में बास, कस्तूरी का विरंजो दुर्दुर कुंडी खास। श्री रामकृष्ण परमहंस, श्री अरविंदो, श्री ईश्वर चंद्र विद्यासागर जैसे महान लोगों ने बंगाल को नई ऊंचाइयों में पहुंचाया। बंगाल के लोगों की आंतरिक शक्ति ही बंगाल का अजय हथियार है। आओ हम मिलजुल कर काम कर इस आंतरिक शक्ति का उपयोग करें। कवि गुरु रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने कहा है, बांग्ला माटी, बांग्ला जल, बांग्ला बाई, बांग्ला फल, पुनः हो, पुनः हो, पुनः हो हे भगवान। हमारी ये एक अनंत यात्रा है। यात्रा लंबा है और लक्ष्य दूर है। हमारी यात्रा शुरू हो गई है और हम लक्ष्य में जरूर पहुंचे। स्वामी विवेकानंद ने कहा है, उठो, जागो और तब तक मत रुको जब तक लक्ष्य प्राप्त न हो जाए। इस स्थापना दिवस पर हम दृढ़ शपथ लेते हैं, आत्मनिर्भर भारत को पूर्ण करने के लिए आत्मनिर्भर बंगाल के उसका एक महत्वपूर्ण अंश बनाना है। विकसित बंगाल के रास्ते से हम विकसित भारत बनाएंगे। जय हिंद, जय पश्चिम बंगाल, वंदे मातरम।
We now humbly request our Honorable Governor to address the gathering.
Respected Sri Chandi Mukherjee, President, Tamil Nadu Bengal Association, Thiru Kirlosh Kumar, Secretary to Governor, distinguished persons present here, my brothers and sisters of West Bengal origin who have made Tamil Nadu their second home, my dear students, other esteemed invitees, on the occasion of West Bengal Foundation Day, my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you. Actually, the day is 20th June. We are doing it a day later today. The day is important because it has a history. Over the time, when we, in the flow of time, when we forget the landmarks in the past, there is a risk of repeating the history. You know, I'm sure many of you are aware, perhaps some of you might not, that this 20th June 1947 was the day when it was decided the West Bengal would be formed. You know, when in the first week of June 1947, Mountbatten had decided, the British had decided that they will leave India, and of course they had decided some time before. But while the confusion was on, Muslim League was all out for the partition of India. Indian National Congress and others were not in favor of it. Muslim League of Jinnah had gone for direct action. All over the country, fire, killing, bleeding. In this entire conflagration, while the nationalist forces were not yet agreeable to partition, in the first week, Mountbatten decided that no, there has to be partition, which eventually a week later, even Indian National Congress agreed formally to this partition. But when partition was decided that India would be partitioned on communal line, the question was, what would be the fate of Bengal? To decide the fate, the West Bengal Assembly, they went through a motion on this very day in 1947, 20th June. 3 sets of voting happened. United Bengal, when they voted, the voting was whether Bengal should be partitioned, number one. If it is partitioned, then of course it is clear that part would go to India, part will go to Pakistan. But if it is not partitioned, where should it be? And the first set of voting, by an overwhelming majority, they decided Bengal should not be partitioned and Bengal should join Pakistan. This was possible because of communal representation in assembly which the British had created, giving them better advantage, more numbers. And of course, East Bengal had a large number of Muslim population, there is no doubt about it. So it decided that Bengal would be united and will be with Pakistan. Thereafter, the legislators of West Bengal and East Bengal, they had a separate voting. West Bengal legislators voted for partition to be with India. East Bengal legislators voted for united Bengal in Pakistan. The situation was that the two votings had decided that Bengal would go to Pakistan. One vote, which was by the legislators of West Bengal, they decided it should be partitioned and West Bengal should be part of India. And finally, that was the decision which was accepted. Now the day is important because had it not been there, Bengal would have been in Pakistan, would have been part of, perhaps Bangladesh today, I am not sure what would have been the fate. And then all that we are talking about, our proud culture, proud all the history and all, I'm not sure what would have been the fate of that. That momentous day, fateful day, it decided the future of our country, India, and the future of the people of Bengal, West Bengal. We know what happened in East Pakistan. I don't have to go into that. And what has happened and has been happening even thereafter. So it is important that we remember the day. The day cannot be just artificially decided by the government. That, okay, government decides that this day will be the day for foundation. It cannot be. Of course, it cannot be the foundation day. You can have a day of any day kind of your choice. So, this 20th June 1947 was the day which decided the destiny of people of West Bengal and this country, Bharat, India. And so it is so very, very important that we must remember it. We must remember the circumstances in which this happened. Because we know that there is an old saying that those who forget history are condemned to repeat. We must not. Coming to this richness of Bengal. Of course, Bengal, any amount of description would be rather small, short. It has been the soul of this country. And when it comes to the national freedom movement, who is there to beat Bengal? Long before the national freedom movement started, in some elementary, very small way, some consciousness, there were huge consciousness all over, but they were fragmented. No part of this country was colonized without bloodshed. Every part, people resisted, they fought, right from Tamil Nadu, up to Bengal, Assam, everywhere, all over. Punjab, everywhere. But this collective consciousness of seeking independence, the seed. Of course, we all know that history moves in a continuum. It is very difficult to say that this is the point when history began. But I suppose with some degree of fairness, one can say that 1882 when Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay wrote this Ananda Math. I'm not sure many young people have read it, but this is something which is worth reading. The fire that he lit in this novel, the seed that he planted, those seeds started germinating. By the way, Bande Matram is from that very Ananda Math only, which we are also proud of. The concept of Bharat Mata in a most energized form. Bharat as a Mata has been through all the time we have worshipped. But in a most energized and vibrant form, it came from Bengal. And then the leaders, all field. We all know about the culture of Bengal, how rich it is, art, literature. How can we forget not only Tagore, of course, Gurudev is well acclaimed, but Bengal has produced galaxy of men and women of literature, which has enriched the Indian consciousness, Indian literary consciousness. It is not just only Bengali consciousness, because literature marks the evolution of human race. It marks the stage of which the civilization has reached. And great men and women of Bengal have done it. But in national freedom movement, their contribution was unparalleled. The very national consciousness which Swami Vivekananda, when after he was touched by the great Rishi, Sri Ramakrishna Paramhans, and that touch transformed this Narendranath into that divine figure. He was tormented. He traveled all over the country. He kept wondering, how come a country, a people with so much of civilizational history, so much of achievement, so much of glory. By the way, when Vivekananda was alive, still at the time India was the largest economy in the world. It had just started declining. Till the middle of 19th century, India was the largest economy in the world. But sharp decline had begun. Colonial powers had begun exploiting economy, destroying the soul of this country by destroying the identity, the culture, the very sense of who we are, by fabricating narrative, fabricating histories, fabricating all kinds of literature. They tried to destroy. And the country which was so prosperous, known as the Golden Bird, people were so pauper, people were suffering poverty. This country didn't know famine until the British came. And it was the aftermath of famine that Bankim Chandra had written that Ananda Math. So when Vivekananda, when he started moving around, traveling all through length and breadth of this country, to see this country and thinking of why this decadence? Why we were at the summit, we have touched the bottom. Why? Why so much misery? He couldn't get the answer. He came to this land. He also studied here, because we know that Swami Vivekananda, he learned Saiva Siddhanta after reaching here. close to Tirunelveli. But this question kept tormenting him. What happened to my country? Why our people are so diffident, so they have given up on life. They have resigned to the fate which is unacceptable. Fate of submission, subjugation. And then he went, in the course of this tormenting journey, he went to Kanyakumari and on the rock. And while meditating on the rock, he got the vision that we have forgotten our past. There was a need, dire need, to revive the sense of who we are, what we call, in other terms, we call it nationalism. Nationalism is nothing but it is a self-discovery of who we are. And then from there he went to Chicago and all this, there's the history. And then on return he again came to this place. My young friend mentioned about the connect between the two. Yes, he rightly said that if you keep describing, there's no end to it. He got the enlightenment, he got the vision, he got the answer to the question that why this country was so decimated in such a dire situation. He got the answer. And he went to West to tell them that, look, you guys, those who say that you are carrying the white man's burden, that's not reality. You are yet to reach. You have to travel long distance to reach where this country, which you have colonized and you call as if it's not worthy of ruling itself, this country had already attained that. He came here. We know we still have that ice house and all the places where we have Vivekananda Kendra, Chennai. So this place, and the first Math, Ramakrishna Math, was established here. Ashram was established here. When Sri Aurobindo, another revolutionary, fighting the British and escaping the British attempt to get him, he came to Pondicherry. And there he set on a course of a spiritual evolution. A spiritual evolution, Sri Aurobindo has made it very clear, it is an evolution of our Bharatiya nationalism. It is a spiritual. Some people say that Sri Aurobindo, revolutionary, he left the way and he became a sannyasi. No, that's not the case. That's a very poor reading of Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo, he shifted the path by broadening the vision that this country has a much bigger divine responsibility. It is not for its own sake that it has to be independent. It has to be independent to save the humanity, to save the planet. And that is what he wrote in his dreams on 15th of August 1947, when he says that the moment has come for Bharat to fulfill its divine obligation, to spread the light that we are one, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Yadumure, Yavarum Kelir, we are all a part of a family, spread the light. All the divisions, all the separations, all the exclusivity, it must fall. And then alone, this place, earth, would be a worthwhile living place. He also came and got this in Tamil land. Pondicherry, technically it remains administratively a separate, but the fact is it's a part of this. Look at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I don't know how many of you have read his unfinished biography, autobiography, An Indian Pilgrim. Indian Pilgrim. Of course, he couldn't complete it. Again, if you look at his journey, the torment through which he went through, finding the answer. What should be the right course for India to get independence, because India had to be independent. And eventually, when he took over the control of Indian National Army, other than the soldiers who were commanded by the British, but who changed the loyalty to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and started fighting the British, other than those soldiers, the largest number of soldiers who joined afresh were from Tamil Nadu. One study that has been conducted recently by Center for South Indian Studies, they have identified 5,000 plus young men from this land, of course at the time it wasn't called Tamil Nadu, from this land traveled across, joined Netaji and fought the British. And a large number of them died. You see, you keep counting. There is no end to it. The two, Bengal and Tamil Nadu. I have always maintained that Tamil Nadu is the spiritual capital of Bharat. All the ancient rishis, so much light. And fortunately, those were preserved because they were spared of the devastation that Bengal faced. Right from the 12th century, Bengal has been devastated by foreign invaders. Of course, the entire Gangetic Plain, the entire north. Here, fortunately, it was preserved, thanks largely to the local kings, regional kings, Vijayanagar Empire, Marathas, who came and drove out those guys. This place remained preserved. And the two have so much, not only to give, not only to intellectual, artistic, cultural, literary, but much more. In the field of science, you see again, how many of them are from Bengal? And from here we have quite a number. Whether to name a few, C.V. Raman, Chandrasekhar Subramaniam, and so many of them. Both, every field. The two are the two pillars of our country. And unfortunately, after independence, we started looking inwardly. More and more states got created, and we started developing an identity, very inward-looking identity, as if I am from this state, so I belong to this state, and this is my state. Yes, states have been created, many states. We all know that at the time of independence, there were only 15 provinces, 15. That's all. Today we have almost 29. And there may be in future more states would be created. But this creation of states for administrative good governance, to give a scope, an opportunity to the local genius to develop themselves according to their own, that should not undermine our larger organic identity, who we are. Now this initiative, and we are doing the second such event at this Raj Bhavan, one we had celebrated last year, 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he realized that look, this Bharat is everywhere. People, Bharatiyas are everywhere. In Tamil Nadu, It's not only people from Bengal, you have people from all over the country. And good number. They are here. They all live. Because the whole country is our homeland. It is not, we have never looked at this country in terms of, segments. They are administrative structures for good governance. So, this rich and vibrant country, culturally rich and vibrant, it must celebrate its richness at every possible opportunity. We know that India is a country of festivals. You have festivals, festivals, festivals. That's the occasion when we all come together and we all forget everything else and we become one. Let this also be a festival. Every statehood day is a festival for the whole country to celebrate. When Bengal Foundation Day happened 20th June, it is not a day of joy only for Bengalis. It is a day of joy for all Indians. And we must all celebrate this day wherever we are. And I like to convey all my brothers and sisters of Bengal, wherever you are, in Tamil Nadu we are celebrating the day as a family member of yours. We are one family. When we talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, charity begins at home. We must internalize the fact that we are all one family, or a kutumbam. That is who we are. And in that spirit, we are celebrating this day today at Raj Bhavan, Chennai. My friends, thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Once again, my greetings and best wishes to all of you and all those wherever they are. The people of Bengal, in Bengal, in any part of Bharat, in Tamil Nadu or any part of the world, my best wishes and warmest greetings to all of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Celebrations with cultural revelry is a must, and we request all our dignitaries to join us for witnessing the cultural events.